day today. I want to begin by acknowledging the election professionals who work so hard to make today's election a success with minimal issues. Today, 67 counties supported 9,218 polling places where tens of thousands of poll workers worked long hours to ensure Pennsylvanians had the opportunity to vote. Election workers are the frontline heroes of our democracy, and we are grateful they are working tirelessly to ensure all eligible Pennsylvanians have access to the ballot and that every vote is counted. For this election, Pennsylvania voters requested more than 1.4 million mail-in and absentee ballots and about 1.15 million, or approximately 83% of those ballots were voted and returned to counties. Nearly 1 million of the returned mail ballots came from registered Democrats, and about 303,000 of the returned ballots came from registered Republicans. Counties began pre-canvassing mail-in and absentee ballots at 7 a.m. today and are currently tabulating those ballots and uploading unofficial results to our election night reporting website at electionreturns.pa.gov as I stand here. This past summer, the Pennsylvania General Assembly passed and Governor Wolf signed into law Act 88, which provided $45 million in funding to counties for election administration. 63 of Pennsylvania's 67 counties accepted these grants, which come with the condition that these counties were required to begin pre-canvassing mail ballots at 7 a.m. today. And they must continue to pre-canvass and canvass ballots until the process is complete. The other 4 counties could pre-canvass at any point after 7 a.m. today. As an additional requirement of Act 88, these counties are also required to post the total number of mail ballots they received on their county elections websites at 12:01 a.m. tomorrow, November 9th, in just under 3 hours. The 12:01 a.m. report is not a vote count. It has nothing to do with counted votes. Again, this report will show the total number of mail ballots received by counties that received Act 88 funding. As counties provide us with real-time updates of their vote count, that information will be posted on our website at electionreturns.pa.gov. It will take a few days for unofficial returns to be completed. We also will be providing a supplemental report of unofficial election results on our website, vote.pa.gov. It will include such information as precincts remaining to report and mail ballots remaining to be counted. Please continue to watch for updates on our website. It will take a few days for unofficial returns to be completed. Unofficial results are due to me by 5 p.m. November 15th. This includes all tabulated polling place, mail-in, absentee, and provisional ballots. And remember, results are unofficial until counties provide their certified results to me by November 28th. I then compile and certify official results for all federal and state offices as soon as possible after that. Election officials in all 67 counties are well aware that the eyes of the nation are on the Keystone State tonight, and they are counting as quickly as they can. But they are also prioritizing accuracy over speed, as they should. So, we are asking voters, candidates, and the media to be patient as we await results. As I said many times before the election, we will not have unofficial results for a few days. In terms of incidents and problems reported by counties and voters, I am sure you are all aware by now of the paper shortage at polling places in Luzerne County. Luzerne's voting system uses blank paper for all types of ballots. Additional paper was delivered to those polling places, and Luzerne County judge issued an order to extend voting hours until 10 p.m. The Department of State closely monitored the situation and supported the decision to give impacted voters the additional time to cast their vote. We helped spread the word through social media. We also had a handful of typical Election Day incidents at individual polling places in other counties, such as a few polling places opening late, power outages, and a gas leak. They were quickly handled. The Department of State's voter information hotline also received more than 4,000 calls today. In a very dynamic environment, Pennsylvania once again executed a free, fair, and secure election. Overall, I'd like to say thank you again to county election directors and poll workers for a job well done today. I'd also like to thank the millions of Pennsylvania voters who exercised their fundamental right to vote in this election. You contributed to democracy, and you should be proud. And finally, I'd like to thank our federal partners at Homeland Security and the FBI, and at the state level, PEMA, Pennsylvania Department of Homeland Security, the Pennsylvania National Guard, the Department of Military and Veterans Affairs, Pennsylvania State Police, and the Office of Information Technology. It really takes a team to protect our democracy. And now we'll take your questions. Yes.
Yeah, hi, Secretary. Scott Glover with CNN. Thanks very much for your time. Can you talk about the results of the survey of the, I'm talking about the undated or incorrectly dated ballots and what you've heard back from the counties? Can you quantify that, the universe of ballots that we're talking about?
Sure. So one thing that's really important to know is we don't have a systematic way at the Department of State to collect information from counties about undated and incorrectly dated ballots. So on Saturday, we sent a survey out to all 67 counties asking them for the number of undated, incorrectly dated ballots. And so far, we've received 11 responses out of the 67 counties.
Okay. And do you have some sense of how many ballots we're talking about from those 11 counties? And do those 11 counties include the larger counties in the state? Can you tell us which ones, the larger counties are included as part of that number?
It's a mix. It's a small number right now. It's 11, so I don't have numbers to report, but we will release them at some point over the next few days.
And last follow-up, even just a ballpark of the number of ballots that we're talking about from those 11 counties?
I can't report that right now.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We saw, the number saying over 13 million mail votes were posted on the department's site earlier today.
So the election return site just went up with polls closing. We're actually going to have a supplemental dashboard that goes into the mail-in and absentee ballots. It will be linked to that election returns website. So stay tuned for more information specifically on the mail-in and absentee. Counties were able to start pre-canvassing at 7 a.m. They have to continuously count those counties that received those Act 88 funds at 63 out of the 67 counties. So we'll have more information to update as the night goes on and as the days go on. Yes?
Have there been any reports of voter intimidation, and if so, where?
We've had a few reports more around electioneering, so people who approach voters who had shirts that had candidates' names. They might have been a little aggressive at the polling place. When we received those reports into our hotline, we called the counties immediately, and those were addressed. So we did receive a few reports, but most of it had dealt with electioneering. Yes?
I was just wondering, was it in any particular area of the state, was it in Allegheny and Philadelphia counties that this electioneering, the aggressive electioneering happened?
We saw it in various places around the state. I don't have that information, but I can follow up with you.
And then I was just wondering, because of this undated ballot issue, did counties report an unusual number of provisional ballots being cast?
So we don't have the provisional ballot number as far as how many provisionals were cast, but because of the undated and incorrectly dated ballots, we can expect that there probably will be an increase in provisional ballots. We'll have that information over the next few days.
My final question is on the 4,000 calls to the hotline. Is that normal? Is that high?
Very good question. We had around 5,000 in 2020. So, and calls are still coming in. Voting is still happening, especially Luzerne County. The polls are open until 10 p.m., so we might have more. But we had around 5,000 in 2020. Yes?
Where was the drastic you mentioned?
Oh, I don't know exactly, but I can follow up with that information. Yes?
How do you think issues like that in Luzerne County will be rectified in the future?
Very good question. So in Luzerne County, the county didn't have enough paper for the voters to record their votes. So, we followed up with them. They definitely know the gravity of the situation. Of course, people had to go into court to extend polling place hours. So we'll definitely have conversations with Luzerne County and other counties to make sure that this type of error does not happen again.
Would I be able to show either you or one of the staff members, we just have a screenshot of the site that just has more mail-in votes right now, 13 million, compared to the total votes. Those look right. It's the mail-in votes that look like the number is just a little off there. I don't know if you want to see the screenshot, or if I can show one of your staff.
Yeah, you can show my staff the screenshot and we can follow up with more information.
Wonderful, thank you.
But once again, we're going to have that supplemental information specifically on mail-in ballots. So I encourage you to go there once that's up.
Okay.
Yes.
Jay, can you comment on the lawsuit regarding the undated ballots, when we might have a timeline on a ruling or anything like that?
Because it's active litigation, unfortunately, I cannot comment on that.
Do you guys have a timeline for when you might expect a decision?
I really don't know. Okay, that's it for questions. Okay, well, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Are there plans to do an 11?
We will see if there are. We will send out information about it.
That's up in the air right now.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.